Welcome, comrades, to what we in the business like to call a proper showdown. Forget your sleek Italian sports cars or your sensible German saloons. Today we're talking about something with a bit more firepower. That's right, we're diving into the world of Russian tanks. Those steel behemoths that rumble across the steppes like a bear looking for a picnic basket. Now, some might call them clunky, others might call them outdated. But I say, there's a certain charm to a machine built for one purpose and one purpose only, to get the job done no matter what. We're talking brute force, we're talking raw power, we're talking about the kind of engineering that doesn't bother with fancy cup holders or heated seats. So buckle up, because we're about to embark on a journey through the evolution of Russian tank design, from the Cold War classics to the cutting-edge creations. Get ready to meet the metal monsters that have kept the world guessing for decades. Right off the bat, let's talk about the new kid on the block, the one that's got everyone in a tizzy, the T-14 Armata. This, my friends, is not your granddad's tank. Imagine, if you will, a tank so advanced it makes a Ferrari look like a rusty tricycle. We're talking an unmanned turret, which means no more poor saps stuck inside with their head in the crosshairs. The crew, all three of them, get to relax in a comfy little armoured capsule inside the hull. Add to that some seriously sexy armour, a 125mm smoothbore gun that could open a tin can at 1,000 paces, and you've got yourself a proper force to be reckoned with. Next up, we have the T90M, and don't let the familiar name fool you. This is the T90 you know and love, but after a trip to the best plastic surgeon in Moscow, it's like taking a Lada and sticking a Ferrari engine in it. The T90M boasts upgraded armour that would make a knight in shining armour green with envy, and its electronics have been given a makeover that even a Silicon Valley techie would approve of. But the real kicker? That 125mm gun has been given a serious upgrade with new ammo that can punch through a tank's armour like a hot knife through butter. Now, for those of you who like their tanks with a bit of pep in their step, let me introduce the T80U. This bad boy is all about speed, agility, and leaving the competition in a cloud of dust. Powered by a gas turbine engine that sings a higher-pitched tune than your average diesel guzzler, the T80U can zip across the battlefield like a scalded cat. And with its composite armour, it can take a punch or two while it's at it. This is the tank you want when you need to make a quick getaway, preferably after you've won the battle, of course. Chapter 4, the workhorse T-72B3. The T-72, the AK-47 of the tank world. It's reliable, it's affordable, and it's been through more wars than most people have had hot dinners, but don't let its age fool you. The T-72B3 is the old warhorse that's learned a few new tricks. This upgraded version comes with enhanced firepower that'll make your eyebrows shoot up like startled cats, armor that's tougher than a night in a Siberian prison, and modernized electronics that even I could probably figure out. It's proof positive that you don't need to reinvent the wheel, or in this case the tank, to make a serious impact. Chapter 5, the reliable standard T90A, the T90A. It's the bread and butter of the Russian tank force, the one they churn out like sausages. That doesn't mean it's boring, mind you. Think of it as the Toyota Camry of tanks, reliable, dependable, and gets the job done without any fuss. It's got composite armor to keep the crew safe and sound, a 125mm gun that can ruin anyone's day, and enough off-road capability to make a Land Rover weep with envy. It's the kind of tank that doesn't complain, doesn't ask for much, and always delivers the goods. Chapter 6, the Old Guard, T-62M. Now we're going back in time a bit to the tank that your granddad probably remembers from his days playing soldier. The T-62M might be getting on a bit, but like a grumpy old soldier, it's not ready to be put out to pasture just yet. Sure, it might not have all the bells and whistles of its younger siblings, but it's got character, and more importantly, it's got ERA, explosive reactive armor. That's right, this old dog has learned some new tricks, and it can still bite back if you push it too far. The T-64B, the tank that was so ahead of its time, it gave the other tanks an inferiority complex. This was the first tank to rock composite armor like a fashion statement and pack a smoothbore gun that could hit a target smaller than a gnat's backside at 500 paces. It was sleek, it was fast, and it scared the living daylights out of the competition. They might not make them like this anymore, but the T-64B's legacy lives on in the tanks that followed in its tracks. Remember the T-80U we talked about earlier? Well, meet its slightly older, slightly less glamorous cousin, the T-80BV. Think of it as the T-80 gone through the bargain bin, but still packing a punch. It's got upgraded electronics that wouldn't look out of place in a 1980s disco and enough explosive reactive armor to make a firework display jealous. It might not be the flashiest tank on the block, but it's got heart and it can still hold its own in a scrap. Remember that old saying, if it ain't broke, don't fix it? Well, the Russians clearly never got that memo because they just can't leave well enough alone. The T-72B3M is living proof that you can always polish a good thing. This time they focused on giving the old T-72 even better targeting systems because hitting what you aim at is generally considered good practice in tank warfare. And of course, they couldn't resist slapping on some more armor because you can never be too safe or too well protected in this game. And now for our final act, a moment of silence for the tank that never was, the T-95. This, my friends, was the prototype to end all prototypes, a technological marvel that promised to revolutionize tank warfare. It had everything but the kitchen sink advanced armor, a fearsome 152mm gun, and enough gadgets and gizmos to make James Bond jealous. Sadly, it was not meant to be. Budget cuts and shifting priorities meant that the T-95 never made it past the prototype stage, a sad end for what could have been a legend. Well, there you have it. A whirlwind tour of the 10 tanks that prove Russia knows a thing or two about building machines that go boom. From the futuristic firepower of the T-14 Armata to the old-school charm of the T-62M, these tanks are a testament to Russian ingenuity, resilience, and love of all things armored. They might not be pretty, they might not be subtle, but one thing's for sure, you don't want to be on the wrong end of their barrels. So next time you see a Russian tank rumbling by, remember the history, the power, and the sheer bloody-mindedness that went into creating these metal monsters. And on that note, I'm off to find a nice cup of tea and a biscuit, because even a hardened tank enthusiast like myself needs a break after all that excitement. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and leave a comment below telling us which Russian tank is your favorite and why. Until next time, comrades, these tanks demonstrate Russia's commitment to maintaining powerful armored forces. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more military tech insights.